Hi, ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. Isn't it amazing that sometimes you hear the politicians in Washington talking about what they are trying to do and what others are doing and how it's not working? And you ever pay attention to that? I wonder, do they know that we as the public, we're not concerned about whether you're a Republican or whether you're a Democrat? We are concerned about getting results. Results. And if it takes Republicans and Democrats to work it together to get results, that's what we want. But if you're trying to section yourselves off, Republicans, you can't get anything done. Democrats, you can't get anything done. Then what good are you serving the public? Is it really that you are doing what you are supposed to be doing, but it has nothing to do with serving the public? Because you can bet your last money somebody is being blessed. And that somebody probably is putting some money into what you are doing or not doing. Which brings me to the subject tonight. What I want to talk about in a small, low down, little bit fashion for the common people. I know you intelligent people, you already know what's going on in the world of business. You know what's going on in the world of systems. You've given it thought, you're engaged in it. But the common people are having so much stress just trying to make it from hour to hour throughout the day, they don't have time to focus on that. They're just hoping that the trust that they put in you when they voted for you will work out. But the truth of the matter is that it doesn't work out. But the whole thing is about power. Power, ladies and gentlemen. Power. To the little man, he understands the lack of power. So he knows what power is. Now, what is it going to take to manifest some power? Well, it takes a couple of things. Not, a whole bunch of things, but just a couple of things will give you that ability to express some power. First of all, everybody know you're going to need some money. Money is attached to everything. Everything that you do in life, as for in America, in this system, in this capitalist system, is going to take some money. Somebody going to spend some money somewhere. Somebody going to make some money somewhere. Yes, that's what it's all about, making money. That's major in this power post. And after that, you're going to need guns. What are the guns about? Guns represents force. That's what it represents. It represents force. People say it represents protection. No, it represents force. You see, it represents force from on the street, scaring somebody, manipulating, bullying somebody, cause you got a gun, all the way to the police, to the FBI, CIA, to the military. What is all force? If I can't get you to obey the law, so you're gonna have some laws set up, then we'll have to force you to do. And that you as an individual, you as entity within the system, or any other system. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're protecting yourself. For instance, as Russia invaded Ukraine. But we won't bold and boast in the United States. Somebody said that's the same thing that happened to Iraq. So these things go around and around and around. And then what does it take? Now we got the force, we got the money to move things. Now what does it take? It takes a good lie. Now when I say a good lie, that means it has to have a measure of truth in it. Because they're going to exploit the truth. Set that up, going to use that to set it up. And then hell going to go in it. A good lie. A good lie is a lie that splits people up. A good lie is a lie that you can tell a group of people. They end up coming out calling themselves Republicans and conservatives. Or a lie you can tell another group of people, and they end up calling themselves what? Liberals, Democrats. Same lie. Just told in a different way to different people. And now you got these different people at odds with one another when they thinking they're working for a common good. And they are working for a common good. And that's to be ignorant and do the wrong thing so that this power that was being sought is actually there. And it's not with us because we've been hoodwinked. The people have been hoodwinked. So when you start talking about power, you're talking about money, you're talking about guns, and a good lie. In America, we got a chance to see that. We got a chance to see MAGA, Make America Great Again. We got a chance to see all of that lying and stuff put forth. We got a chance to see all that violence. We got a chance to see all that hate, racism, that kind of stuff they say comes out of the pit of hell. Now, I didn't say that. We've been taught that that's where that stuff come from, the pit of hell, because of what it causes, pain and suffering, stuff like this. And so we hear from a spokesman, an advocate of basic human rights. We talk about those things that give you life. We talk about those things that give you joy. We talk about those things that it's about living. Yeah, my friend. We talk about, as I was mentioning the other day, the guys on the soapbox. Everybody's talking about the problems, saying what other people are saying about the problems, comparing what was said about the problems yesterday and what is probably going to be said about the problem this evening or tomorrow. But they're not talking about the solutions. The solutions, which I am trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to keep talking about the problem, that's good. Keep it right before us. But at the same time, keep before us something else, an effort, an initiative, a striving to become. And one thing that we need to become is to make sure, just like they want to make sure every woman give up to control her body to the state. They'll give this to the state. Let's make sure that everybody got a job. Everybody got a job. Mothers are mothering. Fathers are fathering. Engineers are engineering. Teachers are teaching. Ditches, diggers are digging ditches. Painters are painting. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Everything that's being done will continue to be done. And it will be what you call full. What you call that? Everybody. All these people who are sitting at home now wondering what they're going to do. Let's start getting the word out. Get ready. And don't think that this is going to be something that's complicated. You will be choosing the job that you want. You don't want you just on a job to be working. This is not to be a curse. This is not to be something to punish you. This is to be a joy of life. Letting you be you. Giving you the opportunity to be you. So what it is that give you your greatest joy, that's what you aim at. If you lack the education necessary to be good, the education system will be adequately changed to accommodate what you need. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you this. And what I just want to tell bottom line. As much as I talk about what I see as being the best things. The best things means that you, the people, don't have to suffer. You have your needs, your wants, and your desires met. That means black people, men and women. That means white people, men and women. And all the other people, men and women. And it also means the straight people, men and women. And it means the gay people, men and women. It means every human being on this dead blasted earth have access to the God love. They ain't no, it's time out for this hate. Time out. We ain't got time to hate a woman because she finds it better for her concerns if she doesn't have a child. No. You know, we don't have time to hate. We don't have time to punish. Who are we to judge? No, we're going to love. We're going to make sure that everybody got a job. Loving it. And out of that, we use the resources that are free. You heard me say it. I'm just telling you again because you need it. Say it again. And from those resources, you're going to create an abundance of the stuff that we already create. So that anybody, any human being in America, and eventually out across everywhere, want anything that's made by the hands of man, can access it. And you don't have to worry about paying for nothing because you're a part owner of it. You played a part in the process of its manifestation. So when you start talking about power, that won't require money. You see, ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to understand, and you probably know already, is that money is a tool that's used to do the things that needs to be done according to man. But that is not God's plan. God's plan is automatic. You come here, you know what you're gonna do. Usually it's, you know, what you see, what your parents do. It's open to you, choices. But what you do is give, is participate. Be glad to participate. You come in here. When you going to school, what are you going to school for? You're preparing yourself. You're not going, you know, you go to get in the military, you go to prepare yourself, you go to school, you do whatever you got to do. You come into the society, you growing up, you're going through the regular school system. You're not stopping just because you got 12th grade. You're not ready to go into the service yet. Unless we need it. But for the most part, you continue your education, whether it's in the college, whether it's in trade school, whatever you need to do, want to do, that's what you do. And when you've done that, when you're prepared, then you find and locate you throughout the proper way, you will locate a job like you normally do, a career like you normally do. And everybody will be willing. Nobody turning you down. Nobody turning you down. Now, because you engage yourself in these processes of doing these kinds of things, everything that is being done every day, probably without banking, we won't be using money. But everything that's being done every day will be continuously done and mobilized. So you will be engaged. And being engaged in something that you love doing. And you know what? You'll have carte blanche that would allow you to access all of the food and clothing that you need, your housing and whatever you need to accommodate that facility, it's there. That carte blanche is yours. Education is yours, free. Teachers teach you free. Why? Because they get houses and food and clothing and shelter and education and everything else that they've always been getting, but now they are unrestricted. Yes, my friends. You're doing what you do because you love doing it. And people are benefiting from it because they need it. And everybody's special. Everybody's uniquely qualified to do. And everybody's appreciated. And you know what? Because you're not interested in money and that kind of power, you don't need guns. You don't have to lie to trick people. Nope. You don't have to do any of that. And guess what? You don't have to cheat, steal. You don't have to be a racist. You don't have to be a bigot. You don't have to hate. You don't have to be a terrorist. You don't have to think about war, anything like that. You don't even have to lock your doors on the house or your car because everything is good. Everybody's satisfied. Why? Because their life is their life and they're living it and it's all good. So when I'm talking to you, ladies and gentlemen, I want to impress this upon you. I don't want you sitting there thinking just because Donald Trump and the mega folks are out there trying to keep that lie going, and a lot of people are bought into that lie. I don't want you to think that that's something that's going to win. When you hear other people talking about we're going to defeat that, but they're not offering you anything. I mean, you do defeat Trump for now. You do defeat mega for now. Is that going to give your citizens that require education? Is it going to open it to it? Is it going to open health care to everybody like they need it? Will that meet their housing needs and other things that they'll require? Is that going to happen when you beat mega? Well, if that doesn't happen when you beat mega, then what's the big deal about beating mega? Only thing is, mega want to suffer more people, and you want to suffer a little less people, but suffering is in both of the games. And I can't understand why people sitting here listening to you when you got nothing to offer, nothing but gain. Well, I guess if you don't know God, it's rough. And people who know God are known by standing up for what is right. Now, when Donald Trump starts standing up, talking about he's standing for what is right, you know he's talking from the pit of hell. Don't pay any attention to what Donald Trump's saying. and DeSantis and these mega folks, when they start talking about this stuff, causing people to suffer, taking away your right to do this, to vote, taking away your right to be a human being, they are from the pit. Their actions are from the pit of hell. They are from God, but they have been corrupted. They have bought into the lie that comes from the pit of hell, and they're trying to trick you and lead you like the Pied Piper leaving the mice to hell. Don't buy that. Talk to you later.